Your Honor. State Health Officer, I'm sorry, one quick word of business, Judge. We do have the self-authenticating document, birth certificate, which the defense has. We'd like to enter this. It's a birth certificate for Kennedy Hoyle, entered as exhibit, I believe 18 is where we are. We'll call Officer Brian Hoyle.
Brian, come forward. Watch your step. Stand right here, face your honor, raise your right hand.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the whole truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Please have a seat.
Good morning, sir. If you could state your name and spell it for the court reporter in the jury, please.
Yes, sir. Brian Onan, B-R-I-A-N, O apostrophe capital N-A-N.
And you're retired now, correct?
Yes, sir.
But did you work with the Memphis Police Department back in February of 2022?
I did.
And what was your assignment back then?
I was in crime scene investigation.
And how long had you been doing crime scene investigations? Or how long did you do crime scene investigations?
I was there a little over a year.
Did you, how many crime scenes would you say you looked at and analyzed?
Over a year, I'd say you work probably on average 2 to 3 a day, so I'd say between 8 and 1,000 maybe.
800 crime scenes?
800 to 1,000, yes, sir.
And did you utilize things like, looking at shell casings, trajectory rods, that sort of thing?
Yes, sir.
Did you do that a number of times?
Absolutely, yes, sir.
Did you go through some training?
Absolutely, yes, sir.
What kind of training did you go through?
When you first start, you go through 2 weeks of training. You learn, again, about trajectory rods, photographing, measurements, trace evidence, a little bit on the guns, ammunition, type things like that. That's just a few of the things that you learn about.
Did you also assist in training new officers or new crime scene officers?
Yes, sir.
During the course of time? How many times would you say you did that?
Oh, probably over the course of a year and a half, 4 or 5 times.
All right. Your Honor, we would tender Officer Ernan as an expert in crime scene analysis.
No objection.
All right. Did you get a call to look at a car on February 4, 2022?
I did.
And where was the car?
It was in the crime scene tunnel, as we call it.
Can you describe that for the jury?
It's an area that's designated for processing cars, other evidence like guns. Say you had a wrench or something that had to have some sort of prints pulled off of it a different way, other than just being fingerprinted, stuff like that. It's more in depth when we're looking at something. Instead of just being out on the scene and fingerprinting and all that. It's usually used in higher crimes, for the cars and things like that.
Where is the tunnel? I think I said the tunnel, but did you mention where it is?
It's at 365 Clink at the old Harvester location.
Okay. The old Harvester location.
On the city lot. Yes, sir.
You didn't go out and talk to any witnesses or anything like that?
Oh, no, sir.
So
I was in the tunnel that day.
you were in the tunnel, and do you remember the type of vehicle that you were to look at that day?
Yes, it was a Chevrolet Cruze,
Okay.
gray in color. I believe it was a 2013.
And what's the process when you start to process a vehicle? My word, what do you call it when you analyze a vehicle?
You come out directly at the vehicle and you start doing overall photographs of the vehicle from the front of the vehicle, side, rear, and then the other side. And while you're doing that, you're looking for obvious, like trace evidence, maybe possible blood, maybe shell casings laying up on the hood or around the windshield wipers, stuff like that. Defects in the vehicle, damage that could be related to the crime itself.
Okay. I'm going to hand you a stack of 6 photographs.
Yes, sir.
You can look at them real quick and tell us if you recognize them.
Yes, sir.
And then, Judge, I guess the most efficient way would be to enter them all in the
Collective
public.
Exhibit 19.
Well, I think we have it organized as one each, so
19A, 19B.
it'd be 19 through 20.
So individually. Okay.
Yes, ma'am, and that's just because we kind of pretty.
That's perfectly fine.
um,
You got it.
You recognize all those photographs?
I do. Yes, sir, that's the car.
And you have it marked sequentially, is it 19 to 24?
No objection.
I'll just ask one at a time.
Go ahead, please.
Thank you. The first one will be Exhibit 19. Describe this for us, Officer.
Like I said, this is just one of the overall photographs from the rear angle, showing the rear and the driver's side of the vehicle itself.
Okay, we got the tag number in there, and it
Yes, sir.
helps identify who was the owner of the vehicle.
Yes, sir.
And then Exhibit 20.
2013, I believe, is what it was.
Oh. And this photograph.
Side view,
Okay.
passenger side.
That's Exhibit 20. I'm going to publish Exhibit 21. What are we looking at here?
That's the driver's side front. I photographed it more towards the front to show you the defect on the driver's side door and also the window that had been damaged.
Okay. Exhibit 22.
Yes, sir, that's the defect on the driver's side door, again showing the damage to the window.
Okay. And when you say defect, what do you?
I say defect because at the time, you know, we're calling it a defect, but it's obviously it's a exit, what appears to be the exit of a projectile.
Okay.
Meaning that the metal is pushed outwards, where
Okay.
it pushed it when it exited the vehicle.
And that's obviously that's the driver's side door, right?
Yes, sir, it is.
Exhibit 23, I think, is the next one. And what are we looking at here?
Same thing, just damage to the window and the defect just below the window there.
Okay. Exhibit 24. Now what are we looking at?
Starting to take some interior photographs of the vehicle. Shows glass on the inside. I believe you can see there on the left side of the driver's seat, you can see that there's possible dried blood there, and in the just in front of the driver's side seat, you see some more on the floorboard, and right there above that ID badge, which was in it when I photographed it, could be possible blood as well. I see it all along the side there on the driver's side seat as well in the seams.
All right. Officer Ann, I'm going to pass forward to you an envelope. You look inside and see there are multiple things in there, but you can pull a couple of ID cards out of there. Let us know if you recognize those.
Yes, sir. These are some of the ID badges that were found inside of the car.
Okay.
I've got some 2 9mm shell casings here that I've got them
Okay. You don't have to open that last one.
Yeah, it looks like just pictures and stuff, maybe of her and her daughters.
Is there a MAPCO card and a FedEx ID in there?
Yes, sir, there is, her ID.
Did you tag those items?
I did, sir.
Yeah, if we could have the FedEx ID marked as Exhibit 25 and the MAPCO card as Exhibit 26.
Do you just want me to place these back in your envelope, sir?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Can you keep that, we can keep that up there with you.
Yes, sir.
If Officer Ennis could step down and publish these directly to the jury, we don't have photographs of these, I don't think.
Wait, one minute.
Those two exhibits that you just pulled out, 25 and 26, if you could show those to the jury for us.
Step down.
Yes, sir. All right. If I could hand the witness a stack of these 8 photographs, officer, if you could keep those in order for us, the order that we have them there.
Yes, sir.
And just let us know if you, or let us know if you recognize those photographs and what you recognize them to be.
Do you want me to explain each one of them? Or
Just
no?
briefly, just
Briefly,
Yes,
as
sir.
I go through them? What I'm looking at here is an interior photo of the driver's side of the vehicle. The door is opened. What I'm seeing through my camera is glass on the seat of the car, glass on the floorboard, and around the driver's side seat. Some actually on the frame of the door, exiting the door.
And officer, for this process, if you could just do a very brief
Oh, okay.
description of each one, and
I'm
then
sorry.
we'll put them up on the screen.
Yes, sir. And then there's possible blood on the frame of the door as well. Second one is another interior shot of the car.
Okay.
Possible blood on the rear floorboard of the vehicle. This one here is the driver's side door. It's where I marked it exhibit, or marked the trajectory defect in the door as A, and I'm holding an L scale to give you how big the hole is. Same thing on the interior of the car now, A2 of the defect, and I've got another L scale while I'm photographing as well. This one here is a shot of the inside of the door, driver's side door, and I've got a trajectory rod going through the hole of the defect. Another photograph of the door itself. I'm photographing it from the frame. It's got a trajectory rod running through it, showing an angle. This one here is another interior photo of the passenger side seat where I recovered 2 9mm shell casings. And this one here is me holding the shell casing, one of the shell casings, and photographing the end of it so you can read the stamp on the end of the shell casing.
Okay.
And that's it.
And if we could have those marked as exhibits 27 through 34. Danielle, if we might publish these one by one.
Go ahead, please.
Okay, now if you can describe them as we go in a little more detail.
Yes.
What are we looking at here?
Again, we're looking at the driver's side interior photograph of glass that's on the driver's side seat and floorboard, and you've got what's possible blood on the door frame itself.
Okay. Next numbered exhibit is 28.
That's the floorboard behind the driver's side seat of it. You can see where there's a large amount of blood that's run back into the floorboard there, and there's glass next to the driver's side seat. Appears to be possible blood there on that seat belt as well.
Okay. Exhibit 29, please. So we're going to show you what's been previously been marked as Exhibit 12. So if you could let us know what we're looking at here.
That was in the rear seat of the vehicle interior. That's the baby bag that had, I guess, the baby's name on the baby bag itself, and it was inside the baby bag was, things for the baby, its diapers and things that you would take care of a baby with.
Okay. Exhibit 29.
Again, the driver's side door, I've marked it, the defect itself, A, and I'm holding up what we call a L scale to give you an idea of just how big that the defect itself is. And you can see the damage there where it pushed out, it actually removed the paint, chipped the paint off, and bent the metal outwards.
You could explain how that works exactly. So is the defect typically worse than the entrance? Is that how that works? Or?
Yes, when it leaves, it blows out. It pushes out. When it goes in, it's a smaller defect.
Okay. Go to exhibit 30, please. And what are we looking at here?
And that would be your smaller defect where it probably went in through the door there. And I'm holding another L scale, and I marked that A2.
Okay. Is it your opinion that this entrance defect corresponds with that exit defect?
I do. I think that's where the bullet went into the door, and then on the outside it exited.
Okay. Exhibit 31, please.
And
Explain what's happening here.
okay, that's now I'm showing you where I've got the door open. I'm showing you that's where the defect went in. I'm putting a rod through it so you can see the angle at which when you put the rod in there, it just gives you a better view of how it went in and the angle it left the defect.
Okay. Exhibit 32, please.
And there, I just wanted to take a good shot of the door itself, so you could see how the projectile went in and exited out at an angle going down when it left the vehicle. And you can see there again. You can see the seat, the glass, the ID badge, the blood there on the door frame, and
Exhibit 34, please.
and again, that's the passenger side seat where I recovered
I'm sorry, 33,
two.
this is exhibit 33, just to clarify.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's my fault.
I mean to interrupt you. That's just showing the two shell casings that I recovered from the seat.
Okay, so are those the only two shell casings you recovered from the vehicle?
It is, but a lot of times, is it okay if I elaborate just a little bit?
Absolutely.
Yeah, sometimes shell casings when they bounce around in a car, when they're fired and they're inside of a car, they obviously can hit the headliner or the sun visors, whatever, and they'll get in places that we can't find them, down in the vents of the dashboard, stuff like that. The only way we could find them would be to take the car completely apart. So there could have been more shell casings in there, but I didn't find any more. Like I said, we look and do overall photos and everything. We're looking for shell casings that get up around the hood, the hood and places where they can lie and you can't see them, you know, get underneath the leaves or anything else.
Where does if it's a semi-automatic firearm, where do the shell casings usually, which way?
Your Honor, I'm
do they
gonna
go?
object. He's not qualified as a ballistics expert.
Crime scene analysis, Judge. This is a crime scene photograph. We're talking about shell casings. So part of his qualification was analysis of shell casings.
During that 2-week training in the beginning that he testified, I'll allow it. Overruled.
Please note my objection.
It's noted for the record.
Tell me what you want. Tell me what you want to know
Well,
about.
what I was asking was typically where does a shell casing eject from a semi-automatic handgun? Which direction does it go?
Right. Well, you know, that's, of course, I was an officer before I was ever CSI and always carried a gun. So you have a lot of gun training. So I can just tell you that when you fire a gun, a semi-automatic pistol, it ejects from out the right of the gun, out of the port. It comes out every time you fire a bullet. That shell casing comes out of the right of the weapon.
Okay. General, zoom back out on that. Start. So what, in this situation, if a person were to reach inside and fire shots inside, how might the shell casings get right there on that seat?
They bounce off the headliner. And
Okay.
for them to be there, in my opinion, the weapon would have had to have been fired inside of the car.
Okay.
Because like I said, when they come out fast and they come out hot, and they travel a pretty good distance, so they fly out and it would have hit the headliner and bounced down in the floorboard, again, in the vent of the dash or in the seats. You know, sometimes they end up all over the car.
This is a large car in the interior?
Not so much. It's a mid-sized vehicle. It's not so big. It's,
Do you know about how far the gun pointing inside that vehicle would have been to the back seat or anyone in the back seat?
No, I couldn't say that. I would say that they were fired in the front interior part of the car
Would
to
it
be
be close
where
to-
they're at.
Pretty close to the person in the back seat?
Yeah.
How loud would it be in the car?
It would be extremely. I mean, we wear earmuffs when we have training and stuff. You fire a weapon without an earmuff on it, you're kind of deaf for a second or so. I mean, maybe more than that.
And that would
Just
be-
laugh. I fired a weapon and not realized I didn't have my headphones on. It was, you know, it wakes you up. Yeah.
And you're talking from the perspective of an adult, right?
Right. Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm going to hand you, well, you have them up there. If you could look at, you indicated earlier that there were some shell casings in that bag, is that correct?
Yeah, I recovered 2 9mm shell casings.
Are those the shell casings we're looking at in the photograph here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, if we could have those two marked as, I think, exhibit 25.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we have 2 very tiny envelopes, each containing 1 projectile. You want this as 2 exhibits?
One exhibit, Judge, one collective exhibit.
1 collective exhibit will require merging, split them in 1 envelope. That works.
I'll publish what has been marked as, I think, exhibit 34. And if you could, is that a photograph of the shell casings that we just looked at?
I didn't see them.
I'll hand these back. I'm
I
handing
mean,
back.
I'm sure they are. I tagged those. That's what I
Yes, sir.
tagged, so I'm sure they are. Yes, sir.
For the record, I'm handing back exhibit 35.
They appear to be the same shell casings that I tagged, but I'd have to, you know, these are very tiny. I have to look at them closer, and I have to pull out my phone to do so. Do you want me to do that?
Is that okay, Judge, if he pulls out his phone, what's it, is
I have to photograph it, enlarge it to look and read exactly what's on the end of the shell casing.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
Just bear with me, okay?
Perfectly fine.
Okay. This is exactly how we photograph them on the scene, crime scene, processing the vehicle, anything else, because they're so small that you have to enlarge them to read them. And yes, sir, to answer your question, sir, this is a 9mm Luger Hornady, I believe is how you say it.
Okay.
So it would be the bullets that I tag, yes, sir.
I'm gonna hand you,
Shell casings, I'm sorry, excuse me.
I'm gonna hand you another envelope. This is gonna be for ID only. If you could, take a look at that one.
Yes, sir. These aren't anything that I tagged, this is from another officer.
Yes, sir.
I'm assuming from the scene,
Yes, sir.
maybe, I don't know.
That's fine, just if you could look in there
Yes, sir.
and describe what they are. And what is that?
Appears to be a magazine. It's got 9mm stamped on the back of it, so I'm assuming it's from a Glock 9mm, which is here at the bottom.
Okay.
It looks to me like it's holding 14, maybe 14 rounds right now.
Okay. If, Your Honor, if we could have that marked for ID purposes as exhibit, the next number of exhibit would be 36.
Yeah, I'm sorry, it looks like it's holding 15 rounds, excuse me, sir.
Okay. We're gonna mark that real quick, officer, and then we'll talk a little bit about it.
Maybe 16, I'm not sure. I'm not real good with these things, I apologize, okay? I'm looking at the back of it, I'm not, you know, all these different guns and stuff, how their magazines and everything work. I'm looking at that orange place as being a space that's empty. We usually take them out to county.
Yes, sir.
Now, Officer Ernie, I'm gonna test your eyes again, and I sympathize with you because I'm in the same boat.
Yeah.
But if you could, the shell casings that we're talking about that you found in the front seat of Danielle's car, are
Yes.
they similar or the same type of shell casing as the?
I'll have to take them out again and do the same thing. Is that okay?
He's asking to take them out and do the same thing. Any
I'm
objection?
gonna have to photograph and enlarge it to see if it's the same caliber, the same brand and everything as the previous ones.
No, Your Honor, objection.
Go ahead.
You okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Would more lighting help you as well?
No, once I photograph it, I can enlarge it. So, thank you. Yes, sir, it is. It's the same brand, the same caliber and everything.
Okay.
Can
Can
we put
you?
it back in?
Yes, sir, if you could put those back in. So the bullets from the magazine are the same as the shell casings found in?
Yeah, they're 9mm Luger.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Just saying they're the same brand and everything. Yes, sir.
the position of the shell casings that we've been talking about, the trajectory of the entrance and the exit defects on the other side of the car, are they consistent with someone reaching into to the passenger side with the door open, reaching the gun in and firing shots into the car?
It's consistent with the gun being fired inside of the car.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it could have very well been sitting in the car. I don't know. I wasn't there, so I'm just testifying that when a gun's fired inside a car, that, you know, that's how the shell casings end up inside.
Yes, sir. And was there any other glass broken on the car?
Not that I remember, no.
Okay. All the other windows were intact, to your knowledge?
Yes, sir. To my knowledge, they were.
Okay. Thank you, officer. A number of questions there.
Is it officer?
I'm tired, so it's just Brian. I'm me, Steve. I want Steve, so that's fine.
I want to talk to you first about when cars arrive at Clink, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
So when you get a vehicle in Clink, that is not on the crime scene, right?
That's correct.
And when
Yes,
I say Clink, what am I referring to?
You're referring to the crime scene tunnel, the city lot where the crime scene tunnel is located.
Where is it located?
365 Clink, I believe, is what the address is still, unless they've moved it, and it's at the old Harser location.
Okay. And that's why we call it Clink, right?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
And
It's easy, yes.
what part of town is that in?
North Memphis, Fraser area.
Okay. So when a car is taken from a scene,
Yes, ma'am.
it's typically not driven to Clink, right?
Absolutely not.
They load it on the back of a tow truck or
Yes.
a trailer of some sort
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. Yes, ma'am.
and drive it to you
Yes, ma'am.
down these Memphis roads.
Absolutely.
And a lot of times, once it gets to you, it was already photographed on the scene.
Yes, ma'am.
It was already searched on the scene.
Yes, ma'am. Moved over. Yes, ma'am.
So you're not the first person to go through the vehicle. You just document what you get when it gets to you at Clink.
Yes, ma'am. I couldn't testify to what they did on the scene of that vehicle. No, ma'am.
So basically what you document is not necessarily how it appeared on the scene, but how it appeared when it got to you.
Yes, ma'am.
And you do your best to do a thorough documentation of any vehicle that you receive.
Yes, ma'am.
Why is that?
Because you don't want to, I mean, it's evidence. It's a crime's been committed, and they're trying to solve it. And any evidence that you can produce helps solve the crime and give answers to what happened.
Okay. Now I want to talk to you about the type of evidence that you look for. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
First, you look for anything that's out in the open that you can photograph, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And we've gone through several things that you photographed here.
Yes, ma'am.
You look for places to swab for DNA.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you do that here?
Yes, ma'am.
Where did you swab?
I don't know exactly where I swabbed. Probably in any of the places that had possible blood. Maybe on the door frame. Maybe in the floorboard, which you saw in the back seat. Maybe there. I don't know.
Did you swab anywhere in the passenger side?
I don't remember.
You tested for GSR.
I did.
What is GSR?
A gunshot residue. It would be tested on also on an individual. If we had someone in custody to see if they fired a gun, it would be taken from their hands, other places, clothing.
Now, when we talk about gunshot residue, basically when you fire a gun, gunpowder rushes out behind the bullet, right?
Yes, ma'am. I assume so. Yeah.
Okay. And that's what leaves that gunshot residue.
Yes, ma'am.
And so when you're testing, you test for the residue. It's not like a bullet hole, right?
Right.
Where did you swab for gunshot residue in the cruise?
We mostly swabbed on the like on the door panels, steering wheel. The gear shift is a good place. So I probably did both panels. I assume passenger side, driver's side, steering wheel and maybe even the console, but the gear shift is a good place for anybody who might place their hand on the gear shift or something.
Okay. Did you do any testing on the gunshot residue swabs that you took?
I just take the, I just do the test kit on the interior of the car.
Okay. Did you have, is a presumptive test?
Yes, ma'am. It's always,
Did
I
you-
don't do anything further with it. I pull the test, their tag basically in a little, it's different than this, but it's a kit. It comes in a kit, nothing's touched it before we open it, and nobody else touches it after we put it in.
Did you test the sealing of the cruise?
No, I did not.
Okay. Now, this was a very small passenger vehicle, right?
Yes, it's a mid-size car, yes, ma'am.
Okay. And when we were looking at the pictures, there's not even like a full open-up console in between the driver's seat and the passenger seat, right?
I don't remember, I'm not really familiar with that type of car or anything. I don't remember, maybe there was a console in the car.
Well, here, let me see if I can help you. May I approach? This has been previously marked as Exhibit 19.
Yes, ma'am, I don't see an opening like you're talking about, just a gear shift.
Okay. Ma'am? So the distance in this particular car that you evaluated or examined, the distance between the passenger seat and the driver's seat is a very short distance.
Yes, ma'am, as it is in most cars, yeah. There's some are larger, yeah.
Now, I want to talk to you about the shell casings that you collected, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Both of those shell casings were located on the passenger seat.
Yes, ma'am.
And that's where they were when the Chevy Cruze arrived at Clink.
That's where they were when I photographed the car.
But again, you were not on the scene, right?
No, ma'am, I was not.
Okay. Now, when you were talking about the fact that sometimes in other cases you've had casings get somewhere where you couldn't get it, you don't know if that happened here, right?
I do not know.
You only know that you found those two casings.
That's where I found this one.
And when you talked about, when Mr. Christensen was talking to you about the ejection patterns on guns, what kind of gun did you carry as your service weapon?
A semi-automatic. It was 6 Hoyle.
A 6-hour?
Yeah. 40 caliber weapon.
Okay. And is that what you carried the whole time you were carrying a weapon?
Yes, ma'am. We transitioned to new guns, but yes, ma'am. It was always the.
After they started firing on their own?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. About that. Yes, ma'am.
So when you would go to the range and fire your weapon, did you only fire your weapon or did you fire other types of weapons as well?
We usually only fire our weapon, but there could be some sort of training where we fired other weapons as well that they might want us to try out, or we always fired shotguns during qualifications and things like that. So yes, we fired other weapons.
And specifically with handguns, different brands eject different ways, right?
Well,
Or are you not qualified to say that?
a semi-automatic gun, pretty much they all eject the same way because they're coming out of port. The way it works is you saw that magazine right there. It goes into the bottom of the gun, pull back the slide, it rides up into the chamber, and then you're ready to fire it. And once you fire it, that shell clears itself out to the right, and then another automatically, it's called automatic, it rides up through the ramp, feeds itself into the chamber, and you fire again. But they always eject out from the right.
Yes.
On a semi-automatic gun.
But there's almost like a clock pattern that different brands will move within from which angle they eject from.
Now that not to that specification of how far they go, which way, but they're all going to come out the right side.
So that's outside of your speciality, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. Have you ever fired a gun, had a shell casing pop you in the head?
I've been on the line to where shell casings landed on me and burnt my skin.
Mm-hmm. And so even though they typically eject to the right, you can have some variations on, if you up or over anything when you fire the gun, it could affect where that shell casing lands, right?
Yes. I'll agree with you on that, yes, ma'am.
If it hits something within the car, it could affect where that shell casing lands.
Yes, that's what I was testifying to before. Window, sun visor, headliner, it doesn't matter, it just bounced around in the car and landed in that particular place.
So just because those shell casings are there does not mean that it was a neat ejection into that particular spot, right?
No, it wasn't neat at all.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it was neat.
And when these casings come out, they're hot.
They're hot,
And the gunpowder behind it is hot.
yes.
Did you note any burns to the interior of the vehicle?
I don't remember seeing any burns.
And I want to talk to you briefly about the glass, that front driver's side window. You've been processing vehicles for a long time, right? You said somewhere between 800 and
I was mostly in
1,000.
the field, but yeah, I processed my share of vehicles, yes, ma'am, in the field and the time, yes, ma'am.
Okay. And have you come across those trajectories that go through right under where the window meets the door?
In other vehicles besides this one?
Yes.
Have I? Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so you're aware that the glass of the window actually goes below that initial rubber, right?
Yeah, if it's rolled down, yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
And so if a bullet hits the glass that's below that rubber part, it could shatter the whole window.
Yes, ma'am, it does, it could.
Okay.
If it caught the glass, it was down that far to do that, yes, ma'am.
Okay. What you document is basically the aftermath, right?
Exactly.
What you document does not show what actually happened in the moment.
No, ma'am, mine's all tests and, like I said, trajectory rods and everything to create angles and things like that.
And what you document doesn't show the events leading up to what happened, right?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I haven't seen, I'm just, it's a car, it's a piece of metal. I'm just photographing as I see it through that lens, that's it.
And we can only see what we can see, right?
Absolutely.
And we can only see what we can see in the state that it was in when it got to you.
Yes, ma'am, that's true.
That's all I have, thank you.
Can you read, Rick?
9mm casings on the front seat,
Yes, sir.
bullet hole on the driver's side door.
Objection to leading.
Were there 9mm casings on the front seat?
And on the passenger side.
Was there
yes,
a
sir.
bullet hole going through the passenger side door?
No, it was going through the driver's side door.
Through the driver's side door, thank you. Was it entering from the inside and exiting from the outside?
It was entering, it appeared to have entered through the panel on the driver's side door and exited through the metal on the exterior of the driver's side door.
Was there a lot of blood near where that bullet defect was?
Below it, yes, sir. There was a lot of blood in the floorboard of that vehicle, and there was some in the seat as well.
Is that a good indicator that a 9mm semi-automatic handgun was fired from within that vehicle?
Absolutely. It's the only way that the shell casings could have got in that car. It would have been fired inside the vehicle.
Thank you, sir. Nothing further.
Can you recross?
Very, very briefly.
Now, when we speak in absolutes like that, I have to follow up. The only way that a shell casing could have ended up in the car is from being fired from within the car?
If there was a gunfire and someone was shot at in the car, then the only way the shell casings would have ended up in the seat would have been a gun being fired in the car. That's my assumption, yes.
Okay. If I pick up this envelope and I put it right there, it got there by me moving it, right?
Right. But I'm assuming that the reason I got the vehicle processed was because a gun had been fired inside of a vehicle.
Yes. My point is, you can't say that's the only way
Oh,
something could have
okay,
gotten
I
there.
understand what you're saying.
Yes.
But I'm working in the assumption that there's been a crime committed, and the crime committed involved firing a weapon, or it wouldn't have been a crime scene tunnel.
Yes. but you cannot speculate as to how it got there,
Okay.
right?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge, actually, he's been qualified as an expert, so he can give his opinion as to how they got there.
Yes. ma'am.
Yeah, I think he could give his opinion on whether something is consistent, but he cannot testify to something he didn't see.
Agreed.
You cannot speculate as to how something got there.
Okay.
Is that true? Is that fair?
That's fair with me. I mean, if that's, you know.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Well, are you done?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. You may sit down.
Do you want these back in this envelope?
I would like those back in that envelope, please.
All right.
We should probably leave those outside. You're talking about those two shell casings, is that right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So, yeah, we should leave those out because there's other things in the envelope that we can.
For this particular witness, your next witness, are you calling your,
The shell casings that we marked as exhibits.
leave these out?
Yes, ma'am.
What about the IDs?
The IDs as well.
Leave everything out.
Just
So the
the-
opposite of what I told him.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Don't listen to me.
Am I done?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Have a good day.
You too, sir.